Welcome to Bananaomics. In this video, we will dive deep into the concept of price elasticity of supply and explore its significance in the world of economics. So, let's get started. First, let's define what price elasticity of supply actually means. Price elasticity of supply measures how responsive the quantity supplied of a good or service is to a change in its price. It helps us understand how producers adjust their supply when prices change and if they can change their quantity of production quickly. Now, let's learn how to calculate the price elasticity of supply using the percentage change method. This formula may look familiar as it's almost exactly the same as PED, with the only difference being that we analyze the change of quantity supplied rather than the quantity demanded. Let's give you an opportunity to practice. Assume that the price of a pack of gum increases by 10% and, as a result, the quantity supplied of gum increases by 5%. What is the PES? Pause the video and calculate the PES. You should have calculated a PES of 0.5. Unlike PED, our PES coefficient will always be positive due to the law of supply and the direct relationship between price and quantity supplied. By calculating this coefficient, we can more accurately determine the price elasticity of the supply of a good or service. Here is a helpful diagram showing what PES coefficients mean. As you can see from the diagram, as the coefficient moves from 0 to infinity, the PES classifications move from perfectly inelastic to perfectly elastic. Simply knowing the classification won't be quite enough for you. You must understand how to illustrate these classifications on a supply and demand diagram. Graphing elasticity of supply is very similar to the graphic elasticity of demand. The more inelastic the PES coefficient, the more vertical the supply curve appears, and vice versa. We also need to understand what factors make a good or service have inelastic or elastic PES. The determinants of price elasticity of supply are time, mobility/flexibility of production, unused capacity, storage ability, and rate of production costs. The time available to producers is a crucial determinant of price elasticity of supply. In the short run, when producers cannot easily adjust their production levels, the supply tends to be inelastic. This is because they have limited time to respond to changes in price. Think about farmers. Farmers are unable to adapt to a change in price because it takes a long time for crops to grow. The mobility or flexibility of production refers to how easily producers can switch between different goods or inputs. If producers can quickly and easily switch their resources or production processes to produce alternative goods, the supply tends to be more elastic. Conversely, if production is specialized and specific to a particular product, the supply is more likely to be inelastic. The extent of unused or idle production capacity also affects price elasticity of supply. If producers have a significant amount of unused capacity, they can quickly increase production in response to price changes, making the supply more elastic. On the other hand, if producers are already operating at or near full capacity, they have limited room to increase output, resulting in a more inelastic supply. The ability to store goods plays a role in determining the price elasticity of supply. If producers can easily store their products, they can build up inventories during periods of low demand and release them when prices rise. The rate at which production costs change also affects price elasticity of supply. If production costs remain relatively stable or increase at a slower rate compared to changes in price, producers are more likely to respond to price changes by increasing supply, resulting in a relatively elastic supply. However, if production costs increase rapidly or are highly sensitive to price changes, producers may be less inclined to increase supply, leading to a more inelastic supply. It's important to note that the determinants of price elasticity of supply can vary across different industries and products. The specific characteristics and conditions of each market play a significant role in shaping the elasticity of supply. I hope this video was able to help you understand PES. Follow us on YouTube to see more economics videos like this.